We call it Battlefield Labs. Let's build Battlefield together.
Whew. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. That is your very, very, very first look at the brand new Battlefield game that is coming later this year. I think at the moment, we don't have a name for it. I've been looking around, and I can't find one. But here we go again. Pre-alpha gameplay. Tiny little snippets of gameplay there. We're going to dig into this right now because obviously this is super, super important for the future of the franchise. And I wanted to take this almost frame by frame. That's right. So literally what do we get is maybe that's not the first frame. That's the first full frame right there. Look at that. Right, there we go. So some kind of, that looks like some kind of like M4, maybe an M4A1 with a holographic sight and a vertical foregrip, muzzle brake maybe on the end or some kind of compensator there. The character's actually reloading. I'll tell you what, let me just take it back to the start of the clip. And then there you go, so you get a really nice view of the gun right there. Look a little bit worn with the charge handle on the back there. You've got a little bit of worn look to the gun, and then obviously you've got the main tank in the background there. It's just firing off shells into the distance. Let's go back to the very beginning of the clip again. This is it right here. This is the main tank that's coming down the street. There's an explosion that goes off just in front of this soldier right here. You can see that, which is pretty awesome. And look at the destruction in the background behind the tank. Here you go. If I go back to like here, look at that destruction of the grey building behind the tank. You can see that there, right? That's pretty awesome. Looks like rubble drops. Just watch the whole clip. Looks like rubble drops. Yeah, here, look, you can see the rubble drop coming down, and then the RPG rubble drop. That's like BF3 destruction right there. That's pretty cool. I don't know if we've seen rubble drops since BF3. I can't. Maybe it was part of Battlefield 1 on like some of the urban maps, like oh, what was it called? It was the map with the train that ran through the middle of it. I thought Amiens, that was what it was called, Amiens. It reminded me of Seine Crossing and then, you know, like Grand Bazaar with all the rubble drops. But I think Amiens had it as well. You could do rubble drops and it would like kill infantry that was standing underneath it. That looks pretty cool right there. I mean, this looks pretty sick. Really clean. Look at all the explosions and like the smoke and stuff. There's like flashes and yeah, they've got the ambience right in this section right here. This looks really good. So, like here, when we come through this first bit, you've got the explosion in the background. That soldier over on the left side of the screen over here, it looks like, again, he's carrying some kind of, like, M4A1 or, like, an AR-15 Patton assault rifle. The main battle tank, it doesn't look like it's got any big changes to it. It doesn't look like it's, like, a cosmetic one or anything like that. It just looks like a straight tank or something. I mean, you can see the glove of the soldier here. It's got like a camoed glove. I'm just trying to... That's a really nice view of the tank. You can see it's actually rendered really nicely in the background there. So you got a little bit of markings on the front, machine gun there. You got a little bit of like tarp on the back. Yeah, I mean, it's looking like a pretty basic level Abrams tank. There's not really much else going on there. But the destruction in the background looks so cool. That grey destruction... I wonder if it's been, like, highlighted specifically for this trailer, so they've changed the color so that you actually notice that it's exploding. That's pretty cool. This clip here, you notice the soldier over on the right is, like, using cover. Again, he's, like, got his hand up here. And this soldier in front, actually, maybe is that, like, some camouflage or something? Like, on the helmet and, like, the upper torso there. There's definitely, like, some green camo on the bottom. But, like, it looks... That one there kind of gives it a little bit. If you look, you can kind of see there's a little bit of like grasses or something that's on his shoulders. So maybe that's kind of like I don't know, maybe a cosmetic. Maybe it's just like a class like look or something, because I can't really tell what we're looking at here. Like, this is very early pre-alpha stuff. Just trying to pick stuff out. You can see the concrete barricade over on the right. Then there's another like big concrete block barricade here in front. Another soldier firing from behind that. And then you can see the tank shell just firing off down the street and smashing into this building over here. That looks pretty cool. Again, the ambience. Look at all the leaves that are like chucked up in the air over on the right-hand side over here. They've really got like that feeling of like, you know, when an explosion goes off and it just sends like debris and dirt flying everywhere. That's pretty cool. Go through these bits here. You can see like some graffiti on here. Well, obviously, perfectly pristine traffic cone right there. Right, then we're switching to... it's inside the little walkway. And again, look, we've got some more destruction that's being shown off here. Look at this over on the right-hand side. You can see these boxes are just like... The explosion's just gone off. I think this might be the explosion from the tank that's just smashed into the building. And so it's like blowing debris everywhere. And like here, like you can see all this, like these boxes and rubble that gets exploded. But like what's interesting is that you look at the pillar here. The pillar has actually got like some destruction grading on it, but it's not completely destroyed. So maybe it'll need like another round to take it down or something like that. And actually you can see it over on the wall here on the left. You can see there's some like destruction that's happened here on this bit of wall as we run through like, I think it's an archway or something that we're running through here. If we just play the whole clip. Yeah, it's like archways that we're running through. Each as you go down the hallway. So like you run through, you get past this like lovely looking, again, pristine machine over here. So yeah, but looking at the soldiers again, this soldier's running a bit funny. That looks like a bit of a weird running animation, especially that bit there. Look, he's like leaning sideways. I wonder if that's to do with the explosion. Like it's like a third person animation where like the soldier runs on the left side or something like that. Maybe. But then we've got the soldier on the left here again. Looks like to me like an AR-15 kind. They're probably all using the same guns, to be honest. Wouldn't make sense at this point to give away too much information. But again, you've got like a massive explosion. But then we switch out to another one on the street. But we'll quickly have a look at these last couple of frames. See if we see anything here. Not really. Again, we're just looking at destruction going off and explosions. It's this bit here. Having watched the trailer a couple of times. So we've actually got some kind of like smashed out old bus here. Looks like it's smashed into like a metal and concrete barricade. And we've got the full action happening here on some like massive urban map. Going down the main street, it looks like. Looks like we've got maybe like a little bit between the two roads over there on the right-hand side. We've got a soldier with like a helmet. Different helmet to this one. That's like a dark grey helmet. And then this one's like a green one over here. Looks like we've got slightly different like character clothing and stuff like that. But here you go. This explosion goes off. And then we switch to the rubble drop over here. So we'll go back and look at the front of this, at the beginning of this clip. And have you noticed, by the way, if I go right the way back here, if I go to here, listen to the music. If I come right the way. It's Battlefield 3 music. It's literally Battlefield 3 music. The one that everybody hated because they thought it was like screechy and ear bleedy when it first happened, but it's so recognizable. Yeah, it's Battlefield 3 music. Straight up Battlefield 3 music. That is incredible. I've only just realized that that's what they're playing. Together. And even the shouting, I'm now getting the voices. He's like, go, go. It sounds like the BF3 soldiers. Honestly, I'm getting such big BF3 vibes from this.
We call it Battlefield.
We'll talk about Battlefield Labs in a second, but I kind of want to... Yeah, it is a little bit reminiscent of the BF3 trailer, actually. I think you're right. It's this bit here that I wanted to show, actually, because if you look at the bus here, you can see, like, all the concrete, just over here. You can see the concrete is, like, built up under the bus, and it looks like there's a hole under the bus there. Like, if you look at that, there looks like a hole, like, obviously, that concrete block is kind of, like, falling in. Look, there is actually a hole. Look, you can see it. Look, that's the start of the hole there. And it looks like it goes under the bus. Yeah, it does. Look, because that concrete block is like going under the bus. So that makes sense with the next clip, not this one. The one here, look, they're running out. Look, there's a wheel up in the top corner, the top left corner. There's a wheel. So they're literally running underneath the crashed bus. So this is like a big part of the map, actually. This must be like a main central point. Maybe like a capture point in Conquest or something. And like... So they're obviously smashing down this building here, which is incredible. And then they come out from under the bus and going back to... And then just smashing the building out. I mean, that's pretty cool. Oh, actually, this bit here. Again, look at the camo on that now. You can see the item there. Like, that looks like a cosmetic to me, maybe. That looks like cosmetic. Because then if you look at this character over here, who's, like, shooting up at this building, he's got, like, a yellowy kind of camo on with a larger backpack. This guy doesn't have a backpack on at all. And he's got, like, some kind of, like, ropey, grassy, like, helmet or, like, some kind of camo or something. It's like maybe netting. I don't know. But again, distinct, slightly different from this character over here who doesn't have a backpack but has this big sling around their back here. So there's all these kind of different things that we're already seeing from this gameplay, which is pretty awesome. And then you switch over here and we get to see the last bit, the rubble drop, the RPG smashing straight into the building. This rubble drop is so cool, man. Oh, so cool. That's really, really cool. It's great to see that back in the game. Actually, we get a really good shot of like some of the characters at the end there as the video is rendered. So like, again, you can see over here, different character, different backpack, slightly different looks on all of these different characters. Look at this here. Just notice this. If you go, I don't know if we can see it, right over here on the left side. Do you see the soldier? He's got his gun like held to the left. He's like sort of leaning the gun, like holding it over to the left, right on this left side of the screen. You can see it over here, like leaning over with his hand sort of like over the side of the gun. I don't know if that's just like, you know, weird third-person jank or something, but, I mean, it could be something. Maybe like corner peeking, maybe. I mean, like he's shooting there. He's kind of like using the area as cover. And then as he gets closer to the edge, the gun kind of like leans round a little. I don't know if that, maybe it's just like third-person jank or something like that. I don't know. But that's pretty cool. Whew. That's not a bad thing to see today, considering we were told that we get some information about this testing environment. Actually, we got some gameplay. That's pretty awesome. Well, there you go. Some Battlefield gameplay that we didn't expect to get today. That's pretty cool. The announcement also came with this thing called Battlefield Labs. Let me see if I can find the point in the video where they start talking about it. I think it's here. I think it's where this guy called Byron starts
to
talking.
find gameplay that really
feedback and then hone their craft.
Okay.
This game has so much potential. So I think it's about giving the team this time to really hone their craft. We have to prototype, play test, get feedback, and then repeat that loop
over and over and over again. We have to find gameplay that really resonates with the players and then build on that.
Okay, good to hear. Yeah, here we go.
Battlefield Labs is our new development initiative where players will get to test specific focus areas in the game.
We've done similar things in the past, but this is a whole nother level. We're doing it before we launch the game.
I know that
We're
voice.
doing it with
Sironde.
so much more content.
Sironde.
It's an exciting way for us to interact with our audience before things go live and make sure that what we have is really fun and polished.
And we have to test everything, combat to destruction to maps and modes.
We're going to test all the new features that we're putting out, and we're going to test hardware like weapons, vehicles,
Oh,
and
this is
gadgets.
really cool. So this lab
We
stuff
can
is
try
basically like a
different things,
community testing thing.
But also validate what players are expecting from Battlefield.
That feedback is crucial in helping us know what to prioritize, what needs improvement, and what feels like a true Battlefield experience.
Okay.
We're pre-alpha, so now
Pre-alpha,
is the time to
okay.
test all
Yeah.
the
So the
experiences our
gameplay
teams
that we've
have been
seen
building
is the
for our
same as
upcoming
what you're
launch
going to
and
play in
beyond.
labs.
Join our Discord where you can learn more about our new closed testing environment. We call it Battlefield Labs. Let's build Battlefield together.
Gotta watch it one more time. Very cool. Okay, so it seems like Battlefield
Our new
Labs
development
is
initiative.
like a... In fact, I've got a link here. Give me a second. I've just been sent this by somebody. Somebody sent me a link. Battlefield Labs. It's actually the website for it. Okay, cool. So here you go, Battlefield Labs. So you can sign up right now. You can join the Discord. What is Battlefield Labs? Battlefield Labs is our most ambitious community development collaboration ever, where a select number of fans will step inside the war room. Registration is now open, so I guess sign up. While we encourage everyone to register, space will be limited. Okay, so it's not going like public. It's going to be limited testing, but they're obviously putting the link out publicly so that you can test. So there's an FAQ here. Right, okay, so what is Battlefield Labs? Our most ambitious community collaboration in franchise history, launching as we enter a critical phase in development. We want to build Battlefield with our community. So it's a space for play and exploration, an environment where we can test concepts and mechanics with our players before we release them publicly. Our community is at the heart of Battlefield. Their feedback is crucial in helping us to know what to prioritize, what to improve, and what feels like an authentic Battlefield experience. That's interesting. Why is Battlefield Labs launching now? Now is the time to test big areas of the experience our teams have been building for our upcoming launch. Sign up is available now. Goal is to invite players, both veteran players and those who have not played before. It will be available on PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S. So no Xbox One and no PS4. So this is current gen consoles only and PC. That's probably indicative of what's actually going to be there for the final product. There's no way they wouldn't do testing on the PS4 and the Xbox One if they were going to release the game on there. So, and you have to have Xbox Game Pass Core or PlayStation Plus subscription for consoles, but EA app for PC. Invite only. Sign up is available for our first external test in the coming weeks. In the coming weeks, their first external test in the coming weeks, so really probably not that far away. Is it open to all regions? Initial tests will include an invited group of players and servers located in Europe and North America, ahead of plans to expand server locations, alongside invite numbers growing to the tens of thousands in the future. There's 18,500 people already waiting to sign up. How many people will actually participate in the test? The first test will be for a few thousand players, both veteran and new players, located in North America and Europe. We're going to expand in the future. If you're selected, you'll receive an email with more details and what kind of gameplay will you get. An early test of concepts and mechanics before public release. Battlefield Labs will be a work in progress content with rough edges, bugs, and crashes. Battlefield Labs content will be tested at a time in our development where it is critical for us to cross-collaborate with our community, with their feedback being crucial in the helping us to know what to prioritize. Interesting to know. How will the Battlefield Studios development teams be gathering feedback? For players invited, they will be able to offer feedback directly and securely to the development team and with other members of Battlefield Labs in a private Discord channel. Interesting. The Battlefield Studios development teams will be looking at all the feedback provided during and after Battlefield Labs tests to inform what we need to prioritize, what we need to improve, and what we need to change to make an authentic Battlefield experience. We'll be publicly releasing recaps and updates on learnings. That's good to know. So even if you're not part of the tests, you'll still probably end up finding what got changed, which is really good to know. And interested players can join the Battlefield Discord server. What sort of feedback are they looking for? We'll have specific feedback goals in each testing session, whether specific to the core combat loop or map layout, for example, or more general goals around the content being tested. Will those invited to Battlefield Labs be able to speak or show it? This is really important. No, you will not. All those invited to join Battlefield Labs will need to sign a non-disclosure agreement, an NDA, as they will not be permitted to talk about or show anything related to their experience with Battlefield Labs. So it looks like EA are going to take the lead on sharing that information. So it says here they're going to be doing public recaps and updates. So EA are going to do that. So if you take part in Battlefield Labs, you can't talk about what you play. And I guess that's to protect the product for the future. Oh, look, we got some minimum spec as well. That's pretty awesome. So minimum spec on PC, you need an Intel Core i5-8400 or a Ryzen 5 2600, an RTX 2060 or a 5600 XT with 16 gig of RAM. Recommended is an i7 10700 or a Ryzen 7 3700X with a 3060 Ti or an RX 6700 XT, 16 gig of RAM. So you need 16 gig of RAM and you need a fairly decent PC for recommended specs, although 10700 is quite a few generations old, so that's not too bad, actually. So yeah, that's Battlefield Labs, which is really interesting. So you definitely should go and sign up. Literally go to the Battlefield website and click Battlefield Labs at the top, and then you can just sign up straight away. And that's what you should definitely do, like immediately. You just sign into your EA account and then away you go. So you should definitely do that. And just while we're here, let's watch the gameplay one more time. Come on, find the right point. Let's just hit. There we go.
Testing environment. We call it Battlefield Labs.
Battlefield Labs.
Let's build Battlefield together.
There you go. And there's your gameplay. It's actually a really good first look. As a content creator, I would have loved a bit more. I would have loved a little bit more information. I'm going to be honest with you. I'd loved a bit more gameplay, but I tell you what, I can't be too mad. That's 10 more seconds of the new Battlefield game that we've seen versus absolutely nothing. So, by the way, still no name for this game. We don't know what it's called. Like, this is pre-alpha gameplay of the next Battlefield game. We don't know what it's called. It's just called Battlefield 2025 in my eyes at the moment. So, yeah, we'll have to see how it really goes. But exciting to see some new gameplay at the very least. And to hear the Battlefield 3 music in the background. Oh, incredible. I think we would all like more gameplay. Yeah, everybody would. I like at this early stage, bit of pre-alpha gameplay to whet the appetite, I guess. One thing I will say, obviously right now, you know, there's no way to even buy this game or pre-order. So I think EA have really wised up from the last time that we saw Battlefield out there in the wild. There's no way to pre-order this game. There's no way to buy this game right now. They're only talking about the testing, and they've shown this bit of gameplay. That's all they're talking about. And of course, Battlefield 2042 really wasn't a very good game. It was not the direction that players really wanted. And unfortunately, even over the seasons that have come out since Battlefield 2042 launched, it's really not transformed itself into a classic Battlefield game at all. So I think we're all a little bit hesitant about getting too excited. I certainly am anyway. I mean, what I'm watching right now does look very cool. I will admit that. But I think it's something that we definitely need to just, you know, temper expectations. Well, I certainly will be. It's up to you guys what you want to do. But I'm going to be trying to keep my expectations in check. Obviously, it's a good thing, I think, for PR reasons not to have the game available for pre-order right now. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting few months. But make sure you signed up for Battlefield Labs, because if you want to try the game early, it's the only way to play it early, and then you might get a chance. So, yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. Appreciate you being here. Hope you enjoyed the gameplay, and I will catch you again.